What damn Logic's back with another one. Today we're going to take a deep dive into this Shannon Sharpe allegations. Man, oh man, it's a lot going on, man. Supposedly Shannon Sharpe is being sued for SA in the most serious way by I believe she's now 22 or 23-year-old woman he was involved with for a few years, who's saying he took advantage of her. And now she's suing him for like $50 million. And yeah, there's a lot of questions that need to be asked and answered in this whole debacle. I don't know what to believe because there's a lot of things that's going on that's questionable on both ends. So we're going to just go with some of this information that's been put out. We're going to read the text messages. We got a couple videos of the information being covered. And yeah, we're gonna see and come to our own conclusions, man, because that's what we do around here. Before we get into it, make sure you leave a like, comment, sub, if not one, then all three. Now, let's get to the video.
Okay, all right, so this is going viral. Shannon Sharpe getting canceled due to allegations that he raped. Basically, he forced himself in her from behind, okay?
He raped her, allegedly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, he forced himself on her against her will. That's the allegation. It's important to, give some context to this because this comes with a few key details. One, the lawyer who's involved in this is the same lawyer who's gone after a lot of high-profile people and basically tried to shake them down and has been proven to be a complete fraud in court.
Yep.
That's a bad look.
That is really crazy, though, that they got Tony Busby involved in this again after y'all saw how the Jay-Z stuff turned out, where Jay-Z is now suing him, and the case got completely dropped with prejudice, so they can't come back and sue again for the accusations on Jay-Z. And this same guy turned around and take the same type of case against another celebrity black man. And it's kind of like, how can I even take you serious, bro? You've earned a reputation of like the motherfucker that just shakes down black celebrities, and it's hard to take him serious.
Look, because recently, even against Jay-Z, he tried to pull some stuff, and the courts threw that shit down and basically said, you can't even practice here. You're so unethical. So you have to imagine how much of a bad representation you have to be in terms of, like, you're not even allowed to practice in certain areas because of how bad your rep is.
He's pretty much real life Saul Goodman.
Saul Goodman?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
yeah. The girl in question, a lot of people have been going after the wrong girl and flaming her on Instagram. It's not her, but I'll show you the person in question because she does have an OnlyFans. She is very popular. And, I don't believe that these accusers should be anonymous, especially when they're doing things for profit or, for their own sake. And if you're going to accuse someone publicly, I think your name should be out there publicly. And thankfully, in the court filings, you can find her full name, so this is not hidden. I'm going to play the call, and then I'll play videos of her so you can see who the person is. So here's a call or the edited clip that they released to incriminate Shannon.
Anything I say, you're just going to, like, get mad at, and you're just going to hang up on me, so I feel like...
I'm not going to hang up on you. It is what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be... Don't manipulate me.
manipulation.
I just feel like, see, we're gonna go through this with the information as that's a new part of the story. I know a little bit more than what's happening right now, but at this moment, I'm thinking, don't manipulate me. It just felt like a fake. She was feigning fear or feigning manipulation because he said it is what it is. Don't manipulate me. Like, what? How is it is what it is a manipulation statement?
I don't know that much. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you.
Imagine Shannon Barnes. Nigga, I told you I was gonna choke the shit out of you.
Now that can be taken many ways. People say shit like that out of expression. Like, I know I don't mean it sometimes. Like, I'll mess with my wife and be like, well, I'll chop your throat. You know what I'm saying? Like, and granted, I don't say stuff like that when I'm angry, to be honest, but there are people that say things when they're upset with somebody that they don't really mean. I don't know if Shannon is violent. He's never been accused of being violent, which at this point you would think that would get out too. So that could have been just him trying to express his emotion, or he might put his hands on her. But she's not even accusing him of putting his hands on her in just a physically abusive way, but taking advantage of her sexually way.
It's good you learn. You don't touch my fucking...
No. I might get up in your space. Yeah. You done shove me into a fucking closet.
Yeah, of course I can.
Yeah. Bitch. No, that came out way too comfortable. After the years of that I done oh my God, bro. Yeah, that's too much.
That's too much?
That's too much. You said it too fast. You said, of course I did.
This motherfucker clutching his pearl.
Oh my days. Who is we?
I don't know who is we, but
No, I don't
I
know.
am.
Because we used to be them niggas with the afro and the dreads.
Now you ain't got no more beard.
You know what people call us? They call us Abba and Abba. That's funny. Not gonna lie.
That's stupid.
All right. Okay. I feel like with every progressive year, we're just less and less hair. It used to be hair here, hair here. Now it's here.
Your hair used to be all over the place.
You know,
Or yeah,
some of us want to be employed. So, you know.
By who, nigga? You're the CEO.
By me.
You're the CEO and the HR.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
yeah. I have to talk to HR to be like, I'm gonna fire myself. Nigga. This is unpresentable.
I'm gonna fire myself and I want to ask for a bonus.
Yo, stupid.
What are you talking about?
Moving past that.
Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Okay, you guys notice there's a cut there. There's a few cuts in this thing already, but just keep listening.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Yeah,
Weird.
That's not a normal conversation. That's not like a, I don't want to be, she, like, you know how women get when they like shit like that? I don't want to be choked. He like, yes, you do. Like, that didn't sound like, I'm going to choke you to hurt you and harm you. She got into, I don't want to be choked. Like, that just sound like that's how they talk to each other, like on some aggressive, you know, BDSM type shit. That didn't sound like a sincere, violent threat that she felt fearful of, especially with that response.
The lawsuit, the way this clip is put together, like this could easily be just the way that people talk between each other within the confines of the kinks. They like to be a little, yes, you like to be choked. No, daddy, you're going to see that happening. I'm not going to read into this conversation, but I will read into the fact that you released this highly edited clip to put out this. If this is really what it is, this kind of intimidation, then release the whole thing. Give me a good chunk of conversation. Why is it edited? One, so things are cut out. And two, why is it such a short segment? Just as he's about to go on, you cut it right there. It might change the context. So this is one of the ones where the lawyer doesn't have a good reputation. Oh my God. Manipulation, reputation. Matigajig. Now, the lawyer doesn't have a good reputation. The woman in question is doing this for strictly financial gain, has been recording calls and setting a lot of this up for a long time. And just looking at the timing of it also, it all feels like this is all orchestrated for a bad cause. Now, I'm not saying Shannon is innocent or guilty. I ain't in that man's private life. He might be doing some weird shit. I'm just saying the way this looks on the outset, it looks really bad on behalf of the accuser, in my opinion. Another thing to consider is the fact that Shannon was now just renegotiating his deal for his podcast, which is going to be worth of like upwards of 100 mil. So there's a lot of, I feel like the timing of it is very strategic, right? They knew this was going to be coming, so they waited for this because apparently this happened almost a year, 2 years ago, and they'd be sitting on this. And you can kind of know that it's a bit premeditated because the woman has recordings of just really random So this is something that she's put some forethought in regards to setting up for some of this.
That's a very good observation. It's like, it's so weird because why are you involved with him for years if you're being taken advantage of physically, if you're being abused physically, if you got harmed physically? Why do you have recordings of before the incident? Because y'all, we didn't say this, but supposedly this allegation of the harm being done was in 2025 this year, but she has recordings of stuff from prior to. So why are you recording these random conversations, and why is it just so happen to be where you got him? I don't know. The choking thing is, I don't know, man. But at the same time, Shannon didn't seem thrown off by anything that was happening. So Shannon not being thrown off by the conversation, it kind of leaves me wondering, like, was that genuinely how they talk to one another? And if it is, I don't think she was really fearful.
We just pulled up to the grocery store and I'm about to fuck shit up. Just kidding, guys. I would never do that.
This video was not edited by us in any way. She really did present her harassment incident in quotes. Harassment incident is in quotes this way. So I guess this is her TikTok where she has a harassment incident.
I'm gonna be completely normal.
No, I'm not.
Okay, enough with this bullshit. Let's fucking go. I forgot my keys.
I'm gonna just get this out of the way right now. Like, don't you call me a misogynist or whatever, which I'm not, but she's not bad enough for this type of fucking drama, bro. Like, I'm sorry, like, damn, like, to be dealing with some shit like this for her, bro. No, bro. She looks like she's fucking 17, bro. That's another. We gonna get to that part, but Shorty, that's like a regular looking girl. Like, why are you dealing with this shit with her? She regular as it? I'm sorry.
And yes, that's right. I only shop at Whole Foods.
Look, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not trying to sound like women. I'm not saying she can't, what happened to her didn't happen. I'm just saying, like, damn, like, you dealing with this type of shit if she's lying about this shit, if she's lying and this is the girl that's doing it, bro, no, bro. You see how niggas get caught up in some shit sometimes. You be like, you know, she bad as hell, but like, she's really a regular looking person.
Don't want to look like I'm broke. What they say, fake it till you make it. I don't want to cook tonight, guys, so we're getting the hot bar. Who am I kidding? I've literally never cooked. The only selections. So your girl will be ordering Postmates. I just got completely harassed in the grocery store. So I've made it home safe. Basically, I had to leave the grocery store early. This guy was following me around the grocery store. He wouldn't leave me alone. We managed to get this $13 peanut butter and these chocolate balls. This is why women are scared to go out. Don't be that guy. Do not harass women. Simple.
Now,
she didn't even say what happened, but also I think that Abba and Preach they probably went digging deep for the best thing to make her look bad. It's also somewhat related to what happened, but I don't know if that meant anything. You know, the Gen Z, like they everything got to be a moment for them, and I do agree that Gen Z has a problem with like proportionality of things that happen to them in certain social settings. Proportionality doesn't seem to exist. It's either like a very traumatic experience or nothing happened at all. I don't know. It's just there's no in between with these people I've noticed with them. So who knows if what happened to her was serious or if it even happened at all.
I'm going to do this in order. Okay, so we're going to start off with Shannon's video because he knew that they were going to release this clip. If you don't know who Shannon Sharpe is, he's a podcaster, Hall of Famer, football player, former football player, but Hall of Famer, very, very well received, and he's a big social media personality.
Football player, baseball player, soccer player, don't care. Lakers in 5.
OKC, KFC, UFC. Lakers in 5.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation.
Manipulation.
Oh, manipulation.
Manipulation.
And now that.
So they want to put out a 30-second tape of them, but he's saying it's actually 10 minutes and it's condensed to make him look bad, which is a valid point. Excuse me, if that exists. But he could be putting that narrative out simply off the fact that to save his ass. But you know, it's somewhat possible to something like that, this type of accusation does need the full context. So if the clip is cut up to exactly a specific point of something starting and stopping, or you know what I'm saying, more or less, you having more of it would tell you more of the story. But it also depends on what's happening in there. You know, you might not need more to the story.
Appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby.
And she on OnlyFans. So I'm not trying to say that women that do OnlyFans always looking for the bag, but I am saying based off of that TikTok they showed and her behavior seeming to like attention, she is on OnlyFans, and now she went straight into asking for $50 million from allegedly being sexually taken advantage of to the utmost. It's not unreasonable to think that this could be a shakedown. And then you got Tony Busby with that reputation. It's like, he'd be ready for these joints, clearly.
And Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
All right. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts are these. If you want to be credible at getting 50 million out of someone, why out of all the Tonys that are out there, you're gonna choose Tony Busby?
Oh, the Tonys that are out there,
pretty popular.
You got money.
You got the money to have someone that actually is gonna have a little bit more reputation. You know, someone that's gonna be able to do the job. Someone that we're not gonna look at funny. Even if you're gonna tell me, even if you tell me that, well, maybe she employed his services before we heard about the Jay-Z thing. Even after, you could drop it with one person and proceed with someone else. But
to be fair, yes, I think that if like he said, if she got him before the Jay-Z shit, once that shit went the way it did, nah. I mean, unless you got all the money invested, so you want to stick with him. But I would not want him as my lawyer after that Jay-Z shit. Like, no, no.
It was too time consuming, and you wanted to be on time with his negotiation. So before this lawsuit came about, of course, you wanna do a settlement, right? It's the set. You have to be in time for the settlement before he gets so he can like hush it up and be like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna pay you, and then we can move on. It looks weird. On the other hand, even though it is completely legal, a 54-year-old getting involved with a 19-year-old, I'm not with it.
She's apparently, in the picture I saw, she would have been in 2023. She would have been 20.
And still. It's weird to me, but not illegal. But I'm like, ooh, 1921, man. You know what I mean?
You know what? It's okay. Like, there's two conversations, right? Like, here you have this OnlyFans girl, very much like about her money, whatever it is, and she's not even half your age. She's closer to 1/3 your age than she is to half. I just think a lot of rich people, especially athletes and entertainers, move in a really stupid way. And you wonder why so many of these rich guys prefer just getting escorts. It's because of stuff like this. Yeah. Like, if you can't control your dick, then just pay for the shit. Stop trying to do these weird fucking relationships with girls like 1/3 your age who have no vested interest in your well-being. Why? Because you'd have...
Yeah, bro. It's like, especially when you have the money. When you have the money, if you're an older single man, this is the type of shit you got to worry about trying to just date the youngest girl you could possibly find. This shit, you're not going to get this shit. Like, a 40-year-old woman not going to get this shit off on you. Like, and I'm not saying there's no world where they'll do that, but the likeliness of it is just so slim. This is literally the typical thing that you fear when you're an older man dating a single woman. Not necessarily the allegations, but just simply being taken advantage of because you have money and you're older. I just can't fathom being over 50 years old dealing with somebody that's fucking 20. What do y'all talk about? What do you relate on whatsoever? Like, and it's clearly more than physical. If y'all on the phone talking about don't manipulate me and shit and like what you gonna do, like you were involved with her. You didn't just have a physical interaction with her. So it's just like, bro, it's not worth the headache. Look at this. And then, like I said, she looked regular as fuck. So like, was this worth it? I'm certain it's not worth it, especially because of what he's dealing with. And Shannon, you got access to, you can get a 35-year-old woman that looks amazing, bro. You're 50-something. 35 is really young relative to you. Like, there's 35-year-old women that look great. Like, you wouldn't be dealing with this type of shit. But it's like this 19-year-old shit, yeah, it's legal, but come on, bro. It's like, it's not worth it at all. It's just not. I couldn't even... There's no place that I see myself talking, if I was single, like to just be talking to a 19-year-old girl romantically. Like, it just, they're damn near teenagers when you're at our age. It's just, they're annoying as fuck. Like, there's no, oh God, whatever.
You're just there to fuck them and disappear. So of course they're going to try, a lot of them will try to get their get back. Stay away from that shit.
Technically, you have too much to lose. But you know what I mean.
You're too easy of a target, and a lot of you got fucking weird proclivities where you say freaky shit to people. It's like you guys are just asking to be set up. So I don't know. I feel like I've seen this story so many times to just look at them and not think you didn't even try to protect yourself a little bit. Not even a little bit. Not even keep like records of stuff. Like, I don't know. It's a bit tough for me seeing grown men who are old enough to have great grandkids still sitting here fucking with girls who didn't even finish college. It's just odd. Is it legal? No, obviously not. Listen, this lady, I don't think it's credible. I think this is probably going to severely impact Shannon, unfortunately. There's just no way around it because it's a very public thing.
That's always the fucked up part. But to be fair, I think Jay-Z is going to walk away from his allegation unscathed. I don't think anybody's going to look at Jay-Z crazy. It could just be because of how it ended. If he paid her out, it would definitely hurt his rep. I think the Jay-Z situation will be remembered as this fake it will be the go-to for the fake allegations, but it also won't tarnish his name. Like, people are gonna refer to this as like, remember the person that tried to accuse Jay-Z, these women be lying, but it's not gonna tarnish. That's not gonna tarnish his name. Shannon has to walk away the same way. This has to be. They have to drop it and not get anything from it for Shannon to be able to walk away from this clean. So if Shannon can't walk away from this, them backing off and getting nothing, then yes, this will hurt his reputation for probably ever.
Yeah, guys, you especially if your net worth looks anything like his and you're this much of a public figure. Apparently, he met this girl at the gym and he was going after her and then pushed for it, and then that's how it ended up happening. And in my head, I'm just thinking, I don't get it. I don't get why these guys put themselves out there like this. I don't get why they take these risks. I'm not saying you gotta date somebody who's rich as well or in the entertainment business, but good Lord, you out here going after 21-year-old OnlyFans models? Like, I don't know.
Go ahead.
All right, so there's a clip I want to play of Monique and Shannon talking.
I don't know if you said this, so I don't want to quote it because I could be wrong. Okay. But someone said Shannon Sharpe don't mess with black women. Mm-hmm. And
before you go any further, can I say this?
Please.
My grandmother told me something when I was a little boy. She said, boy, never chase a lie.
Come on, baby. Come on.
What?
I don't know how I feel about that. Certain lies you gotta chase. You can't let people lie on you in just any type of way. Motherfucker talking about you, somebody out there saying you done took advantage of somebody physically and that did not happen, bro. You chase that fucking lie. You don't let some lies you can be like, I'm not giving that no fucking credence. It's fucking ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like through college, I'm a dancer, bro. So like when I dance, like people, it was like he's gay, and it was like, no, the fuck I'm not. I wasn't finna run around trying to make everybody convince people that I wasn't gay. Just like, it's funny enough, Abba and Preach probably, y'all seen, they say exactly, they know what people talking about. Like, I'm not running around trying to prove like I gotta be straight. Cause you know why? There was no shortage of women around me at all times. Like, they think male dancers that aren't gay, like, you have access to women and you're around women all the time. Women knew I wasn't gay. So it's like, I'm not running around trying to prove that. Like, some lies is just not worth trying to chase because of how bad, how much they're unaffecting you. But a lie like taking advantage of somebody physically, bro, nah. Okay, to be fair, that's not what Monique is asking Shannon about. But that quote, he said his grandmother told him, never chase a lie. It's like, some lies got to be chased, bro. Some of them lies can't just sit out there and linger.
I think you're definitely chasing a lie right now. You try to defend yourself, which is fair. But
well, you're not chasing a lie. You're dodging one.
He's chasing that lie. He tried to go after it. He's suing her for defamation.
Never
defamation.
Never chase
yeah,
a
see,
lie.
it's kind of not fair because when he said that it was about the dating black women one, which I agree, that's not a lie worth chasing. Like, not liking black women isn't it, because you're not gonna go around trying to prove to people that you like black women. That's not something that deep to be trying to get a narrative away from, because if he just has to have an experience with a black woman, which I believe his kids are black. So it's just like, that's not a lie worth chasing. This is a lie that you do chase. So I don't know how that clip is relevant to this situation necessarily.
You talk about black.
I think it's meant to say, like, basically someone lies on you, don't go out there trying to prove them wrong. Like, don't spend that time.
Oh, that's what he meant. So, okay, yeah.
Wow. And you never said that, right?
I've never said
Okay, so that's why I said,
I got black kids.
I said
So yeah, I figure I'm gonna get
they
back
not
in.
confusing.
Yes.
We ain't trying to see if she Latin or Dominican, they black. They mama got black. Everybody that Shannon messed with was black,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Black. Okay?
She not like, I'm sorry, like, I'm sorry. If you, it's just, oh, never mind.
Make sure you fade in the white OnlyFans girl while this whole conversation is happening. And you can leave me saying that too. Thank you.
Because it's
That's funny. If those that edit, sometimes you do have to do shit like that. So you just know, you keep it, like, if you forget, like, you need that note. I've done that before where I told myself to do something in the editing. That's funny.
For now. Then when you and I...
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
Are you trying to say that? What you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at me.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
You tell you what my baby need. He need him an old fat gal. Who can bake.
I'm not saying every older person has to settle down. It's just, maybe it's not for everybody. I don't think everybody has to have kids. I don't think everybody got to get married. I don't think everybody got to be in a relationship. People going to live the life the way they see fit for them. But this 19-year-old shit and younger women shit ain't the move, bro. When you got access to a lot of women, it's just not worth it. It's just not. Especially the Gen Z is different, bro. Like, Gen Z does it to Gen Z. Y'all saw me cover this shit with Harry Sisson and them little white boys. Like, this shit it's not worth it, bro. Just because you know that fact, well, you're learning it now probably. That shit ain't worth it, man. It's not.
Good cakes. Make some smothered turkey wings. Who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay? And gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl.
No, we need a 21. OnlyFans model. When
they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, I need you. Want some money to go to Starbucks? Yeah, because I can't go to Starbucks. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's gonna say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple.
Why are you giggling?
All I'm trying to say is, like, listen, you're free to do it. Like I said, it's not
illegal.
It's not. But it is really stupid. It just is. There's just no way around it. So that's my thoughts on this whole story. I think this sounds like a big, bunch of hogwash. But yeah,
we'll see. But it's crazy because the last time Tony Busby did something like that, there was no repercussions on the other side. And that's crazy. For you to mess up
I bet that woman is just living her life regular now. Like she got to get away with not ever being named and shit. Like nobody knows who she is, and she gets to just live her life regular. People that's maybe know her personally might have been able to recognize her voice and shit, but other than that, nobody know that girl.
Money like that, and the old time,
I think that does need. I don't know. I think though. I do think that there needs to be repercussions for people to do shit like this. But the issue is, the reason I think we can't have a law like that, even though I somewhat think it should be implemented, is because if someone has a claim that probably did happen, but they don't have the means to prove it, and you punish them, that's fucked up too. You don't want to punish people that have true claims that cannot be proven. So when you have people, I guess maybe it should be implemented when it's proven that you're lying. I think maybe that's when that can come into play. And that would deter the liars versus the people that tell the truth might try their best to have proof. But if it can't be proven that they're lying, then no. But I think if you're proven to have lied, then you can get less of these accusations. Because people that lie probably didn't cross all their I's and dot their T's, which, to be completely honest, I think it's easy to say that the Jay-Z accuser was a liar because she kept naming people and places and dates that didn't align with anybody else that was actually involved at that point in time. So, you're accounting for celebrities being in places as if their lives aren't documented A to Z from the moment that they're of a high status. And it was proven that those people weren't around. And, but then again, because she'd be just schizophrenic and just made up some shit and thought it was real. Maybe it was a dream that she had that she thought really happened or something. Who knows? And then she's getting in trouble for a dream. But then she went out and tried to sue people for it. So it should be repercussions. I don't know. So I think Charlamagne gave somebody donkey today one time because this woman stabbed her husband or vice versa, or a man killed his girlfriend because of a dream that she was cheating or some shit like that, or he thought something like, maybe it wasn't a dream, but y'all get what I'm saying.
Jay-Z thing that I'm talking about, the alleged accuser was saying, there's some holes in my story and, it's not Korean or whatever. And nothing, we're just going to let it go. We're going to let it fly. You don't get nothing, not a slap.
Or maybe pay the fees of the person that did it. Maybe not jail time or something, but pay the fees for the other person. I don't know.
For nothing. Just walk out. You're good.
Well, I mean, they can try to countersue if you don't.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to pay more money to count. It's crazy.
That's America. America be like that. I mean, they incentivize people to be able to sue for huge amounts. Like, this is not gonna happen in Canada.
No,
you can sue here. You're
gonna get what,
$100K. So there's no incentive to put yourself through that emotional distress for that small partially of a sum. So it's not worth it in a lot of situations. That's the upsides. On the downsides, if you're wronged by a company, it's kind of hard to get retribution, right? So there's both sides of the coin. But seeing this shit, I'm like, I'm saying my ass here. But that's me. Anything else?
No.
All right, let us know what y'all think in the comments. Do you guys believe these allegations? Do you not believe them?
Okay, now, so let's get into the Breakfast Club, who had a more recent update on what happened with Shannon Sharpe after this video was released. We have more information.
Well, we now know that Shannon Sharpe did try to settle with his accuser for at least $10 million. This was revealed yesterday by his attorney.
That sounds bad. First, he was suing for defamation. Now he wants to sue for $10 million? Bro, that's not a good look, bro. I mean, I'm sorry, not sue, settle for $10 million. That's a bad look.
In a phone call that they had with a bunch of different media outlets. But prior to this phone call, and I believe what sparked the phone call, was the fact that there was this audio released by TMZ. But in the audio is a phone call between the accuser and Shannon Sharpe. Let's take a listen to the phone call.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at.
Okay, we heard this phone call already.
How old is that girl?
You said what?
How old is she?
She's in her early 20s now.
So like what, 21, right? 21?
Yeah, she was in 2023. She was 19. So
like 21, 22.
Yeah,
she looks like she's like 12, 13,
I need to
14.
see. I have not seen the picture.
Show just her.
Oh wow.
Shannon Sharpe better call Lice.
Show another photo.
Oh my god.
You're gonna have to call Lice in a minute.
She's on her way to class.
Well, they
right
flipping
there.
his camera,
She does look
boy.
like a young college
She's gonna get
student.
detained on the way to class. She looks like a college student.
Wow. Yeah.
So what happened was after this audio was released, at the same time, literally like moments apart, Shannon Sharpe then released a video statement. And in the video statement, he is addressing...
She's 22, by the way.
22 now. He's addressing what he believes is about to happen, but he doesn't address the audio. Let's take a listen
now.
to his video that he posted, Shannon Sharpe.
This is a shakedown.
We heard this too.
Yes.
You know, it is a shakedown. It is a targeted attack. But Shannon needs to have some accountability because he gave them something to shake down. He gave them something to target by making poor choices.
Yeah. And when he mentioned her name and the fact that she's an OnlyFans girl, people went and looked her up. So that's how her photos begin to surface. Now, on this phone call that his attorney had with the media, the phone call, the attorney, Shannon Sharpe's attorney, addresses that audio that we heard first. And what he says is that Shannon spoke in the heat of the moment and did not literally mean the words. Then they start having conversations
He didn't mean the words.
About, the like different text messages that have been released. And I printed out the text messages for you guys. Now, one of the things that I want to point out here,
Lauren
because
be on her
basically
shit,
what
boy.
Shannon is saying is that there's this video that's about to come out. They asked people on this phone call with the media to not judge because it's going to be in an edited format allegedly, and so you won't get the full context. But
This sounds fucking terrible. Like everything that this girl is putting out is like Shannon's defense got to be like, no, y'all, wait, just when you hear it, just consider this. No, y'all, wait, this isn't what it really is going on. So just keep this in mind. That's just not a good stance to have in a situation like this. A good position to be in, I should say.
Right. Shannon had said earlier in his statement, the first statement he released, that there were things that he was doing, almost like role play, that was he says that this was at the woman's request. And from the look of these text messages, so there's two sets of them. The first text message that came out, Gabby, who's the woman, the accuser, this is from January 2nd, 2025. And this is when she says that she was sexually assaulted. So she's texting him and she's saying that she had cried when he left because she had asked him to put on a condom and she had begged him to not put it in her behind, but he didn't listen. And she says that she doesn't care what their history is. No means no, right? Then she's like, I don't know how to process.
Okay, I'm not trying to say this didn't happen to her, like genuinely, but I just had a thought. People, if she had a plot, if she planned to do this, is it unreasonable for me to think that she went into this relationship with Shannon like, I'm going to get him to think I'm into BDSM. We're going to engage in BDSM. And then I'm going to flip on him. I'm going to not only BDSM, but what's it called? CNC, consent, non-consent. Consent, CNC, consensual non-consent or whatever. I'm going to make him think I'm into that. And we're going to role play it. And once it's time, I'm going to flip that whole thing on its head and then put out this information like that. Which is why Shannon was like, it's a 30-minute video, but y'all going to release he said it was a 10-minute video, but I'm going to release they're going to release a 30-second video. So am I out of line to think that she was like, I'm having this CNC relationship with him, and when I'm ready to get this money up out of him, I'm going to pretend like I didn't want you to do it without a rubber, blah, blah, blah. And sending those texts as proof, but whole time the relationship is based on having a CNC relationship. I think that's a possibility because it's shit that just don't add up on this whole situation when you take into account the information.
Process this, and then they're like, can I call you later?
That was a brand new thought. Like, it literally just hit me.
Later, I guess, can they talk later? But then in other text messages, you see the conversation. It goes from that to her sending text messages that say, "I want to be abused, daddy. I want like some hardcore BDSM action, though." So, and then she says, "I want you to tie me up like this and abuse me, daddy." And you can see when these text messages were released, you can see it says like from Gabby to owner. So it's painting a picture that their relationship was giving that, you know, there was role play and everything that were happening. Now,
it was a very unfortunate situation.
It's
crazy. Horrible situation.
But let me ask
Shannon
you.
Sharpe and his lawyer have handled this whole situation terribly. First of all, if you're saying this Sharpe, you shouldn't be saying anything.
No, he shouldn't.
Busby and this young woman got audio, video, and text messages. If you know all of those things are out there, you should shut the F up and continue to allow your lawyer to do his job. And your lawyer said out of his own mouth that you was close to a $10 million settlement with that girl. That right there is all the more reason to shut the F up. I'm not here to speak to Shannon's guilt or innocence because I don't know, but I do know attempting to settle looks like an admission of guilt because I'm not settling.
Yeah, or you're just scared. Yeah. Honestly, you just probably scared.
That's true. It's very, you can't really say, like, some people be like, I don't want to deal with this shit. Just take this money and leave me the fuck alone. But if it's going to hurt your money forever, you know, is it worth it? Like, is it worth it to do that if it can hurt your money forever? I don't know, man. 10 million is a nice amount of money to get her to be out your hair, but your reputation gonna be tarnished forever because you look guilty. You look guilty about settling. You know, that's what they say. You do look guilty. It don't mean you are. You shouldn't take a settlement as an admission of guilt, but like he said, it looks like one.
Hey y'all, it's Lauren LaRosa from the
Absolutely not. I'm sorry.
I'm with you.
Doglaw.com. Now let's get back to the Breakfast Club.
I'm with you, Charlamagne. I feel like he's being advised wrong, right? And you know, when people go through this, they go to an attorney because the attorney usually knows what's best for them. They usually know what to do. And in this situation, like any attorney would say, shut the F up and let's deal with it in court. Let's deal with facts because you can't change public opinion unless it's in court with facts. Now, but one thing I would say, if somebody said this, but I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and you put it in my beep and you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. If that didn't happen, I'm going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? Nah,
See, but like I said, it's not about if it didn't happen. It might have happened, but they role play could be. The thing is, if Shannon got like this, if this is literally like their role play shit, if Shannon got like that, he's fucking stupid. And he needs to just not either deal with women at all or just settle the fuck down with a woman that's older. I'm going to say of age because technically she's of age, but you know, there's that. But you need to just chill. Like this shit, I got a sub during the video recording. Good shit. So, no, yeah, yes, he needs to relax. If he just got like this. If that's how they role play, she got over on him. And if it's not role playing, he really did that, he needs to be charged to the fullest extent of the law. Well, no, she's not looking for to get him charged. She's just looking for a payout. That's just what it is. But it's just, I don't know, man. That shit could easily go both ways, in my opinion. It don't have to mean it didn't happen if that's literally the relationship they had to where they play into these roles through text, even, you know what I'm saying, at all times. Even when he was like, I'll choke the shit out of you. That could have been his, like, key to let her know, like, you know, I'm not really mad at you, so I just want to fuck type shit. Like, that could be the relationship they had. That type of relationship they had as to where she kind of let it be known, like, I'm mad. And he's like, well, I ain't finna let you be mad. I'm finna say what you like so we can fuck later type shit, you know?
We agreed on this. I'm not going to be like, I'll call you later because I'm feeling like this is a setup right here.
Absolutely.
As soon as you text me this, I'm going to feel a little. You know,
yeah, so it might not be a setup for the reasons I said. But if that really happened, like, I don't see him saying, I'll call you later with her texting something like that. If he was smart and it was like it didn't happen and she said some shit like that and you getting set up, you'd be like, the fuck? Like, I guess that's more so what Envy is saying, which is why. But what I'm trying to say is, if it really did happen, she said that shouldn't be your response. Even if you're an evil person that did take advantage of her, that wouldn't be the response. regardless. That wouldn't be the response. So
nobody's just gonna respond. I'll call you later. You're gonna be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
We both agreed to this. You
that
know,
could,
like
I said, that could play into their CNC shit.
Like this is part of the game. Like nobody's gonna respond with that, which scares me. But like Charlamagne said, shut the F up. Let the facts play out in court, because right now all this talking is doing too much
audio
and it's making it worse.
Even audio, and she was like, you're manipulating me. Like even that would have been like, oh nah. Okay, I see what this is. You know what I'm saying? Unless they were role playing.
But wouldn't you have changed that right from the door?
Oh, yeah,
like what are you talking about? Like no, like let's not play this game. Are you taping me? Because last night we was good with this. Like in my opinion.
Well, his attorney is saying that these text messages all only show that the woman in question likes and asks for fantasy role playing and other forms of unusual sexual behavior. And they shut down the idea that, you know, they're still denying any sexual assault allegations or anything of that nature. I did reach out to Attorney Busby though, because that audio we listened to, it wasn't in full. It was like a minute, a little bit over a minute. And I'm like, yo, why would you only release that? And he said to me, he said, I'm not trying this case in the press. We released this only because Shannon Sharpe's lawyer chose to attempt to discredit and dox Jane Doe by releasing multiple texts with no context. Did they release the entirety of the text surrounding the ones from yesterday, which were the original text in Shannon Sharpe's statement? The audio is very clear of the situation and speaks for itself. So
I know one thing. If you're 54, you have no reason to be talking to a 19-year-old. She's 22 now. Shannon is 56. I'm so glad that audio of Monique went viral yesterday.
His fucking daughter.
Because it's true. Sit your old ass down and go find somebody your age and build a family with them. As I said yesterday, men, we need
to build a family. He's 56. I don't know if you want to start building a family, but I get the point, Charlotte.
And we need D-discipline.
Right.
You got to have D-discipline.
But see, if he does not want, because some people don't want families. They're not built for that.
Okay,
but just
cool.
find somebody in your age bracket.
Yes.
That's it.
Because he already tried that. You know what I mean? The family thing or whatever. But yeah, he just needs somebody his age.
Has she seen all seasons of The Wire?
Excuse me, you know she did.
Does she know any Scarface albums?
Does she know who Doogie Howser is?
She don't even
Talking
know
about Doogie Howser.
It is what it is, man. She said, what does that even mean? Like she said that. Like what? That would have made me hang up and block her. Like, it is what it is.
No, that's funny. That's what I'm saying. Like, he said it is what it is, and she talking about what does that mean? Don't manipulate me. It's like, what the fuck is that? Like I said, she was either trying to get him to look bad, or maybe like just said, this motherfucker too young, bro. She don't know what it is mean. Like, stop. That's not manipulation. It is what it is. It's not manipulation.
46. So Shannon Sharpe 10 years older than me. I got a 16-year-old daughter. I can't even imagine having that conversation.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
But I have a 23-year-old daughter. Like that's crazy. And this girl looks young. She looks young. She looks like she's on campus at University of Miami, or like she looks young.
Well, we got to wrap up. We did have the Monique audio, but we do have to wrap up. So, I mean, yeah, this is all the updates so far in the situation. And I will say, too, they said that they were surprised that they were in the middle of the mediation and then the lawsuit dropped. So I don't know if that's why they're responding so frantically and not making sense about their responses.
He definitely seems scared.
Yeah. So in conclusion.
In the middle of mediation, to put out a press release that you're looking to sign a deal for $100 million was not smart.
That was so silly.
Because if I'm in the middle of mediation, I hear you about to sign a $100 million deal. What are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to pull out and wait for you to get that deal, and I'm going to ask for more money if that's the case.
I have not seen a team handle something so poorly in a long time the way Shannon and his team are handling this.
Crazy.
I agree. All right.
Damn.
All right. Well, thank you for the ladies with Laura. Now, when we come back, we got front page news. Mimi.
Well, yeah, man. That's all the information we got to this point. I should say that I got. Get this video out as soon as I can. But man, I think the key takeaways from what we know right now is, if you're an older man, you need to stop messing with these really, really young girls. You're 56. Your pool of young is bigger than the young for a 30-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So when you're 56, you can get you a 33-year-old woman, and nobody's going to really look at you really crazy. And she's younger than what, you know what I'm saying, than you, significantly younger. You could be 56 with a 30-year-old child. You know what I'm saying? So but nobody will look at it in the same fashion as 56 with a 19 to 23-year-old. And you know, it's not about it being legal or illegal. It's just some shit you just don't have to deal with, and you don't need to deal with it at age, especially when you have the amount of money that Shannon Sharpe has, and you're a celebrity at that. I don't know who's guilty, who's innocent, who's lying, who's not. This is kind of a crazy situation because both sides have a lot of credibility within the context of what all the information we have is. So I'm definitely going to keep my eye out on this, and we're going to double back. You know what I'm saying? But if you made it to this point of the video, make sure you leave a like, comment, sub. If not one, then all three. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.